Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight on this fine Sunday evening? Welcome to FMTV Weekly. I am Peter Brown, your host for tonight. And as of right now, I'm flying solo. So I need your help. Those of you that are in the chat, please say hello. And we can get started and have some fun tonight. Uncle Ed is running late. He's eating at the finest of establishments right now, whining and dining. But somewhere in Miami, and apparently it's running a little late, and so he'll join us when he can, if he can. Hopefully he does. These shows always run better when it's both of us. But in his absence, I need you to call in, to chat in, to do all that stuff. Do your job, and because Ed's not doing his. So, anyways, we can have fun. Kind of trying to think about where would Ed eat on a Sunday evening? Where would he take his wife tonight? I'm curious. And where would Uncle Ed go? I don't know. What kind of food would it be? Would it be Ecuadorian? Would it be Cuban? Would it be Italian? I don't know. I got a feeling it's going to be something Latin. I don't know. Anyways, thanks so much for joining. I see the chats are starting to come in. I appreciate that. Lots to talk about. Red card. How does that affect Inter Miami for this next game? How did it affect Miami in this previous game? What a red card. So we'll get into that. Plus, of course, it's a short turnaround for the team. They've got to go to Columbus, Ohio, play Columbus, who just tied against, I think it was Cincinnati yesterday. So I think it was 2-2. So, they got a point in the standings. Everybody's really, really tight in the standings right now. So, every game really matters. So, luckily, Inter Miami is still in the playoff hunt right now. But, of course, there's games going on right now that we got to keep an eye out on. The New England game, for example, the Orlando game. All these games are happening tonight. So, need to keep an eye on those as well to see where the Inter Miami standings are. Question mark on Gonzalo Higuain. We'll get to that a little bit. But before we get to all that, let's say a big thank you to our sponsor, and that is Caneswear. So you guys all know this is the place to go. Hey, that rhymes. For your Inter Miami gear. Hey, and also, Miami Dolphins season is starting up. I don't know if you're a Dolphins fan. I am. And Caneswear's got a great selection of Miami Dolphins stuff as well. Of course, University of Miami. Great selection of Inter Miami gear. They've got, the new, pink shirt up in there. They've got also this flowery edition that they came out. I think that was the Pride shirt. So they've got both of these available at the store. Kata is jumping in saying, I still have not used my $20 gift card. Yes, they will still accept it. I am confident. I also have some Caneswear money that I need to use because, like I've told you guys, I won't promote a place unless I believe in it and I go to it and I use it. And so for my birthday back in May, my dad still feels like he needs to give me a gift, even though, he's in his 80s. I'm in my 50s. He doesn't need to give me a gift, but he does. And he gives me a gift card to Caneswear. So I also have, I think I got maybe $20 left myself on a Caneswear gift card that I got to go get. So, all right, everybody. Let's say hi to you guys while hopefully we wait and get Uncle Ed on the line. Hopefully that'll happen today. I've got a few voicemails. So if you haven't, called in or anything in a while, tonight's a good night to do it. And let's just do, oh, well, I messed that up. This is the shot I wanted. And we'll just remove Ed for now. So call in at 786-474-4435. You can see this whole show is all set up for two people. And so when one of us is not in, it kind of messes up the whole thing. So, all right, so give us a call. And let's go back here and say hello to everybody. So we've got Chris Arjun, who's watching there on Facebook. So that's working. I'd like to see that. We're broadcasting now across many platforms. So we've We've got it on YouTube, which is, that's the go-to place. That's the place we want you to go to the most. Let's be honest, it's a monetized site. So, we can make a few bucks off of a video and buy some new equipment or something like that. It helps. But we're also on Facebook, my Facebook page, Ed's Facebook page, Football Miami TV's Facebook page, some of our old Facebook pages that we still own, that why not use them? We're broadcasting on the Football Miami TV Twitter, my Twitter, Ed's Twitter. We also started a Twitch, which I don't know if anybody's really watching that, but it's there. I mean, so if anybody in the Twitch world wants to watch it there, they can watch it there as well. So let's keep going. We already mentioned Kata was in. Richard Greenberg, our favorite person from Toronto. He can't wait for that game at the end of the month against Toronto because he missed the game here in South Florida due to a flat tire or something like that. B. King, always here. Inter Miami needs to get away results if they want to be a contender. You better believe it. And I agree with you, Kata. Damn it, Ed, are you still in the pool? No, this time he's at the finest of fine dining. I mean, I imagine he's, white linen cloths, he's wearing his nice tie. I mean, he's going all out on a Sunday night, rolling in the big bucks there, getting that good stuff. One World, One Goal here. She actually left a voicemail, so thank you there. We'll get to that soon. Judge Dredd. Judge, I think I saw a picture of you on Twitter wearing an Arsenal shirt. I don't know if I've seen you modeling in any Inter Miami stuff, at least not for a while. I need you to do that. I need you to get on your Twitter and model some Inter Miami gear. Please? All right. And, Chris is now switched over to Facebook. Bruno is here. Tank, Ace Ventura looking top is the Unity jersey for anti-racism on the pitch, Peter? How's it going? The Ace Ventura looking top, the Unity jersey for anti-racism. Oh, is that what it was for? I thought that was the Pride shirt. Okay. I don't know. I thought that came out in Pride Month, so I'm not. I don't know. Who else is here? Okay, that's it for now. So if you haven't said hello, please say hello. Here we go. There's another one watching on Facebook. Armando, one of our Southern Legion members, longtime friend, part of a Strikers group, and supporting South Florida soccer for years and years and years. One World, One Goal is on board with me. We need some Inter Miami modeling going on there. Richard Greenberg saying, best chicken wings in South Florida is a place called Tark's on Dania Beach. You are welcome. I used to live close to that place, but I will tell you, my chicken wings are better. Uncle Ned might agree. Uncle Ned's had them. So has Ed. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if I've ever eaten at Tark's. Wait, isn't that like a little hole in the wall type place? I think I might have eaten there. But I used to live right around there. Not the best neighborhood, but I used to live there before I was married. And once I got married, I was like, I got to move to a better neighborhood. I can't bring my wife into this neighborhood. So it's a decent place to maybe drive around and stuff like that, but I didn't want to live there. Anyways. All right. So I have a question for you. So have a little fun tonight. And I realized One World, One Goal was on the same wavelength as I was, based because I've already listened to her voicemail. But when you watched this kick, what song came to mind? I mean, was there one or two songs that came to mind instantly when you saw this kick? I mean, a couple of them came to my mind. Only two. But I thought it'd be fun to think of, like, what kind of song came to mind when you saw this karate kick that Pozuelo performed. So think about that a little bit, and maybe we'll play some and mix them in. It may screw up the monetization, but who cares? One World, One Goal saying I ruined her phone call. Look, One World, One Goal. I already had your song queued up. All right, let's go with it. Let's just play her voicemail. It's time for your voicemail.
Hello?
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
All right, wait. Let's do this right.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
There you go.
Those kids were fast as lightning.
Now we'll bring that down. And we'll continue with One World. Let's see if this works.
Everybody was fast as light. Oh, wait. Okay, I won't give up my day job. Hey, Peter, Uncle Ed, and all the great fans. It's Italia, One World, One Goal. Oof, that was a little bit of a train wreck. What an exciting first 28, 29 minutes where we had that incredible rocket. Instead of bending it like Beckham, our good old pal Higuain has like a straight rocket shot. It's actually a lot of skill and power and very hard to do that. So we got to give a little props to him. And I think the answer to your question is maybe not. No, not sure. Nope. It's going to be really tough with this red card situation. Red card being a very bad name in our house. I'm not going to say why. But anywho, we just got to keep the faith. The guys got to fight hard and see what they can salvage from this season. It's very hard when you bring, every year we're like bringing players in the middle of the year. We had one year where we really didn't have a goalkeeper, couldn't bring him in until the middle of the year. It's just been a really, really rough start, but hopefully they back up that Brinks truck for Chris Henderson, because I think he and Phil, whether he stays as coach or moves into front office doing media and PR, we're going to need a tremendous launch when they build a new stadium and really, really get this team in Miami. So fingers crossed. These are all just like bumps in the road. No pun intended, because I am watching NASCAR. Okay, love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
So is backing up the Brinks truck and all that. We still got a few years. We still next year. Remember, we're still performing under the penalty, the fines. So they're limited. But they definitely need to bring in a couple of new players. Maybe bring in. A lot of people some people aren't happy with Lowe. I saw a lot of hate about Lowe, but yet he's been player of the week several times this year. He's solid, but just like everybody in our defense, he falls asleep from time to time. Happens. But maybe we think about upgrading to find somebody that it doesn't happen with. But so I think as far as Henderson, we got to make sure he's still here, because there was some talk about somebody trying to swoo him back to Seattle. So we got to make sure he stays here. But going back to this picture right here, Higuain's shot. How beautiful was that? That was Beckham-ish shot all over the place. Great shot. Set things off right. He's just Higuain is feeling it right now, because he's been a much better player since Pozuelo has been part of the team, and he doesn't have to come back as much. He doesn't get frustrated as much, and he's just got a better attitude all around. But this was individual effort, right? So he wasn't Pozuelo's giving him some service or anything per se, but and I agree with Chris Arjun as far as the game goes. Lassiter missed a chance early on, as well as Higuain from 6 yards out. Should have been 3 up before the red card. Yeah, but that's been Lassiter's thing his entire career, is he's not known as a great finisher. He's kind of come alive this year with Inter Miami, and that's great. But when he was in Houston, he had the same problem. He couldn't finish. So he's not going to finish everyone, but that first shot that Lassiter had, man, that should have been in. That should have been in. Tank coming in quick here. Tank says Higuain has power. He should always score from there. He's done it twice. Yes, he has, and it was beautiful. And let's be honest. Before the kick, before Pozuelo decided to take out our former player, Andres Reyes. This guy was an Inter Miami player as well. Took him out. Before he took him out, we were in control of this game. Inter Miami had this game. Anything can change, but we looked like the better team for sure. All of a sudden, Pozuelo goes out. They've got a man advantage, but it's not even just the man advantage. I always tell my wife, it's not even the fact that we lost a guy. It's like we lost the guy. That was really the problem, in my opinion. That was really the problem. We lost the most important person on the field right now. He has, in the short amount of time that Pozuelo's been here, I think it's clear to say he's the MVP because and that's why I titled this the Pozuelo effect. Can Miami win without him? Because this 5-game unbeaten streak, he plays a massive part in that. The team is different with him on the pitch. I don't know how much of that is locker room too. The guys gelling more, so on and so forth. But the game totally changed after this, and I think we could have definitely won it a few goals up if Pozuelo had stayed in the game. And I think some people felt like it should have been a yellow. Pozuelo thought it should be a yellow, but when you watch that replay and you see his foot kind of pull back and then jam forward, that's what got him, because that looks malicious. And Pozuelo is not that type of player. He doesn't have that history of being a malicious player, but that he cocked back. Now, some of that could just be your natural body reaction. I don't know, but that's what got him. And so going back to songs, let me tell you, this is the other song that to me, this is the other song to me that when I saw him with that kick, I heard this, and shouldn't come as a big surprise. You guys, I think at this point, know my musical taste. So that engine is revving up. That's the foot revving up. And if you don't know, that's Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart. So again, when I saw the foot go right into the chest, I mean, he kicked him in the heart. He was kickstarting his heart. So that came to my mind. Now, of course, the song is really about Nikki Sixx, waking up from a drug, dying from heroin, and he had to get his heart kickstarted. But nonetheless, I thought of those two songs, and I had a little fun with it while I was watching the game. And One World, One Goal says, yes, Major Headbanger Peter. Yes. I am very narrow-minded in my musical stylings. I used to be more open-minded. And then I got to a certain age where I said, I don't want to be open-minded. I want to like what I like. And that's it. Tank says, it was the perfect kick to the diaphragm, unintentional, but way too careless. He should have known better. He's a veteran player. Yeah, I'm not saying he purposely was trying to kickstart his heart. I mean, look at that foot right there. That thing's hot. But, it looked like he was watching the ball. But it's that, like I said, he went back like this. And God says, I'm so out of touch with Uncle Peter's era being a 90s baby. Yeah. I'm a little bit older. Anyways, let's turn that down a little. So, any other fun songs you guys thought of? There was one other that I saw, Tank, and then we'll move on. But I saw, hang on, let me do a quick search. Yeah, here it is. This is the one that Tank thought of when he saw the shot. If I could turn that down, and this.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
All right. Hey, this is what? Late 90s? late 90s, early 2000s, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what year the song came out, but that is what happened to Andres Reyes. His body hit the floor. I'm with you, Tank. So, anyways, this guy here, he also had a good game. Had a feeling he would. Scored a goal on us against his old team, Lewis Morgan. Still got an empty box there for Uncle Ed. Still hasn't called in. When he calls in, if he calls in, we will pull him up. So. In his absence, I've got to have some fun in some way, right? And here's the thing. There's other podcasts out there. There's other podcasts out there that talk about Inter Miami. There's other maybe more reputable people like Bruno's brother Franco. I love his stuff. These other people aren't going to sit there and play Bodies Hit the Floor on their podcast. They're not going to go into that deep dive of what song you were thinking when you saw that Pozuelo kick. I mean, we get to the real super important gist of the game here. Or at least we'd like to have fun. So, all right. Let's bring that down. And let's go to another voicemail.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello.
All right, here we go.
Good evening, everybody. How the hell are you doing today? It's America's favorite uncle, Uncle Ned. And you know what Uncle Ned says, boys and girls and germs. Fam. Damn. Uncle Ned is calling from an undisclosed location here in beautiful, sunny South Florida. Home of my homeboys, my two favorite homeboys, downtown Peter Brown. And my main man, America's favorite uncle, well, actually South Florida's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Shout out to all the uncles and aunties of the world, Uncle Ned, Uncle Ted, Aunt Deb, Uncle Fred, and Tio guy, and of course, the guy who started it all, Uncle Ed. Listen, last night's game was rough. Watched the game. We knew it was a red card as soon as you saw the replay. Pozuelo, you gotta, you're a professional, man. You gotta give us a better showing than that, man. His cleat went right into, I think it's Kyle Duncan. I think the guy on the Red Bulls went right into his chest. I had my fingers crossed. I was hoping for the best that he didn't get the red card, that he would just get a yellow card. But as soon as you saw it on a replay, man, I hate to say it, man, you had to give him the red card, man. It doesn't get any more blatant than that. Could he have tried to tuck his foot back in? Maybe, but I mean, it happened so quick, you just, it's tough, man. But, yeah, I was just hoping against hope, man, that we would be able to at least walk away out of there with at least a tie. I mean, you figure they'd score, but at least, hang in there so we can get a tie or something. But the momentum clearly shifted, because if you watch the game, I mean, the first 20 to 30 minutes, I mean, it was all Inter Miami, man. Had that not happened, that Pozuelo got the red, I would have sworn up and down that we would have won this game. We had great momentum in this game. We were burning them pretty bad, and that scorcher that Gonzalo hit off of that free kick was. I got to give. Listen, I'm the biggest Gonzalo Higuain hater, but I got to give him credit, man. That was a scorcher, and he's been playing great, man. But we got to put this game behind us, guys, and we got to look forward. We got a game against Columbus coming up, so we're not going to have.
Uh-oh. Uncle Ned gets cut off by the voicemail? Go figure. That never happens. Or maybe it happens every time. Here he goes, part 2.
Before your voice messaging service rudely interrupted me, as I was saying, yeah, I mean, we just got to put this game behind us, man. It was a brutal loss, but you know what? There's games to be played, and we got to get our behinds into the playoffs. So we got a game against Columbus coming up. Columbus is definitely beatable. It is on the road, so you know, hopefully we can get that win. And like I said, we're probably not gonna have Higuain. We definitely won't have Pozuelo, but you know, this is a chance for Bryce Duke to step up. I mean, Bryce, I know Coach Neville was talking about putting Duke in the post-game show. So, you know, hopefully, you know, Duke can remind us of how good he is, because I think people are starting to forget how good Bryce is. We got people talking about Bryce Duke, you know, being relegated to Inter Miami too. Like, what? I mean, like, before we got Pozuelo, Bryce Duke was like the toast of the town. Like, now we're talking about Inter Miami too? Come on, give me a break here. And, you know, and also Quentin John, Coco. We got Coco coming up. But Coco, it's your time, man. Let's see what you got, bro. Let's see as far as Emerson Rodriguez, I think his last name is. Let's see what Emerson's got, you know? So now is the time for guys to step up, and hopefully we'll see something on Wednesday night. See what we got. We went from, I think, 53% chance of making the playoffs, and now we went down to 46, and then we bounced up because some games were tied, and some of our opponents that are right behind us in the playoff race lost their games. So, you know, we're back. We're up.
Oops. I did that. I don't even know how to get back there. Where was I? I messed that up, everybody. Anyways, you got the general idea of what he was saying. Lost the last minute. Anyways, if you want to leave a voicemail, 786-474-4435. Actually, I was clicking around to try to turn off the do not disturb, which is off. So in theory, if you call, I would take it live. So if anybody wants to call 786-474-4435, we'll try and take it live and we'll talk to you. You could fill in for Ed. Steve was asking what the number was. So yeah, Bryce Duke. People get off his butt. Bryce Duke is my boy, man. I love that kid. He has been the spotlight. I would totally agree with Uncle Ned. The spotlight before Pozuelo. And once Pozuelo came in, you knew he was going to get relegated to the bench. But he was playing so good that even the coach was like, I got to keep him in the game somehow. So he was coming in a lot. So, and we're going to see him. I guarantee he'll start on Wednesday. I start making a face because, I mean, I don't know. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm pretty confident he will start on Wednesday against Columbus. And I'm fairly confident that Higuain will also play. You know, we talked about, you know, there's some conversation about Higuain's injury and if he would play or not. The coach did kind of, in the post-game conference, kind of hint at that, you know, it was fairly, you know, bad injury potentially. But I think Neville was really just pissed off. He was just frustrated. He was pissed off at the referee. He wasn't happy with his team, but he really wasn't happy with the referee, feeling probably like that was uncalled for, what have you. But I have, I've been told he's likely to play. So, and I don't think the injury that he had was that bad. So it didn't look that bad, at least. Granted, who am I? But it did not look that bad. Tank says, Pozuelo has made the team better, but has messed up Duke's rhythm. I would like Pozuelo to play on the wings so Duke could start. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. Pozuelo was put on the wings in Toronto and was ineffective. I mean, you know, as far as I know. So, Richard Greenberg can kind of attest to that or disagree with that. But and speaking of Richard, he was asking if we could appeal the red card. Yeah, I mean, you could appeal anything. It's not going to happen, though. But what I'm concerned about is that the league reviews it and the penalty gets worse. I think that's a possibility that, he gets an additional suspension, additional game, or financial, something like that. Because again, he was going for the ball. He was looking up for the ball. But when he came in, he did this with his foot. And while live action, that could just be reaction, natural reaction, your natural body movement. But in the replay, it looks bad. It looks real bad, in my opinion. So getting back to the more important questions here, Steve Munoz asks if I was in mosh pits. No, I was not. I was not that kind of. I was more your '80s pretty boy. I was more let's get the long hair looking good, stand around and meet the ladies. That was basically it. I wasn't rough and tumble, getting in the mix. I don't want to get hurt. And Steve apparently is having fun with the music, so he proposes that I play some rock music every episode. I don't know about that. Kata's asking about our food vlog, our coffee vlog that we did. Were those $12 chocolate empanadas worth it? No, they were not. They were like chocolate or Nutella or something like that. Nah, they weren't that good. They were dry. They stuck to the roof of your mouth. It's the wrong thing. I really wanted the guava empanadas, and they didn't have any. So we got what they had. We got two of the chocolate and one of an apple. I didn't try. No, I think I did try the apple, just not on camera. And it was okay. So I would pass on the food options in the Cafe Bustelo booth, but do drink the coffee. It was good. The only problem is it's hot. I mean, it's hot. Oops, I'm messing up left and right. It's hot out there, and you're drinking hot coffee. You know what they should bring out is some sort of iced coffee concoction. So why not? And why not even make an alcoholic iced coffee? Because they are serving alcohol there. It's a Cafe Bustelo booth, but they are also serving alcohol. They've got all your beers, and I think they might have had mixed drinks. I'm not sure. I'd have to look again because we were focused on the coffee. But why not use Cafe Bustelo in some other ways? A cold coffee, because it is, like I said, 100-degree heat out there. I think that would be good. But it was fun. And if you haven't watched our Cafe Bustelo video, please do. It was fun. It was a fun video to make. Steve is asking, has anyone used the Grubhub service in the stadium? We haven't, but that is probably one of those other videos we should do showing how that works. So you basically order it. I wish the Grubhub people would deliver it to your seat. That's the service I would want. Because the service that they're offering is you use the Grubhub app, you order it, and then you go pick it up. It's just like what they do, say, in Disney. If you've gone to the parks, I'm bringing it back to Disney, folks. If you've been to the parks in the last several years, you mobile pay, you mobile order. And so then you just go to a mobile order window to pick up your food. It's supposed to cut down on the wait. But let's be honest, the stadium isn't full. There's not usually a long wait to get things. So One World, One Goal says Peter goes from good old Cuban coffee to let's get drunk. Buzzed instead of his caffeine buzzed. Hey, why not combine them? Why not combine them? There's all those Irish coffee things. I know Cafe Bustelo is not Irish, but it's just coffee. Let's have fun with it. But they really need a nice coffee there. You want to sell coffee in Florida at a soccer stadium in the summer. There needs to be some ice in that stuff. It tasted very good though. It was very good. I did enjoy it. It just was hot. Let me see. Let's go through. Richard Greenberg going back to the conversation about Pozuelo. You want Pozuelo roaming in the middle of the field. Exactly. That's what I want. And I know that that's Bryce Duke's position as well. I would flip it, Tank. I would put Duke on the wing, which we have, and he can drift in. He can switch with Pozuelo here and there, but I would agree that Pozuelo being in there does mess up Bryce Duke's rhythm. They play the same position. So, but Duke has still got a long future with this a long career ahead of him, and he's so young and he's already this good. I just want him to Inter Miami to keep him, or unless they're going to sell him off to someplace else, don't move him within MLS. You want to sell him to make money outside the league? Get it? It's part of it's business. But I want to see him develop. I'm really excited about seeing him develop. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to some of your chats. Since I have no Ed, I need you guys. When World One Gold. Now she likes my Irish coffee. Steve Munoz likes his cafecito in all shapes and sizes and forms, including alcoholic. Right? They need that. Kata thought the Grubhub delivered. Not to my understanding. Because they do have a booth that says Grubhub pickup. So to my understanding, they do not. So getting ready for this game. Oh, let's get rid of Ed. Still, see? Look, got a spot for Ed. Let's get rid of that. And in that case, we can make this bigger. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Next game up, Wednesday night. They're traveling to Columbus. And that's where Duke's going to have to get a start. Hopefully, Higuain plays. Campana's still injured. And Campana's probably got a couple more weeks, right? Because they said about 4 weeks, but then they kept saying he was ahead of everything. And did you guys see, speaking of Campana, did you guys see that video that the team put out? I forgot the name of it. It was in Spanish, so I'm not going to be good at saying it anyways. But it was Inter Miami welcoming a young girl. She was part of the Southern Legion, which was cool. And I think they did a video similar to this before with one of a little boy from Vice City. So that's cool. I love the team reaching out and interacting with the kids. But Campana met this young girl who I think she says she was 8 years old, and so did Drake Callender. Campana was so good with her. Callender was a little awkward, He's not used to it, I guess. But Campana was just natural with this young girl, just talking to her, and he said something about, "I'll see you in 4 weeks. I will score a goal for you in 4 weeks," and ask and wanting and gonna do her dance. So that was a fun little video. So, but going by that, and I think they filmed that a week or two ago. So, Campana's got 2 to 3 more weeks, I guess. Richard is asking something about the critical of the Crew fans after yesterday's game? ? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I did not watch the game. Dude, I may. You know what I like to do is after, say on Sunday or Monday evening, I'll quite often watch the game of who we're going to play. Even if I know the score already, like I already know the score of the Crew game, but I'll still watch it just because I like to see who we're going to play and have an idea. Yes, that was it. Tank, it said it was Tati was her name. It was called Fans from the Crib. Pretty cool series, but it was in Spanish. Fans from the Crib. It was the title's in Spanish. And Beckham was in there, and it was just a well done video. I liked it. I thought they did good. It was fun to see her hanging out with the players. But like I said, what I was getting out of it was just how good Campana was with kids, and also the fact that he said, I'll be back in a few weeks. 4 weeks, I think is what he actually said. One World One Gold going deeper with the Cafe Bustelo alcohol. Wanting to have Cafe Bustelo should make a canned alcohol version. I wonder, do they maybe not want to be involved with alcohol? That may not be part of their brand. They may not want that. But yeah, I agree with Tank here. What happened, Richard? Tell us what happened in the crew match that we're not aware of. What did they do? Boo the team? The crew have not been great this year, so they're definitely beatable. And when we go to the standings, they're right below us. They're right there. Same amount of points as we have. So, they're not doing great, but neither are we. So what can we say? Important games to watch tonight, though. Is the up top here. What do we got? The Orlando game is, I guess 0-0. And the New England LA game. So we want LA to win, and we want New York City to win, because New York City, they're already up at Bev. We're not going to catch them, so they're fine. But Orlando needs to lose, so we got to cheer tonight for New York City and LA Galaxy, because we don't want New England getting a few points. If they get 3 points, they're above us. I mean, they jump up a bunch of people if they get 3 points. So. Okay. Richard is saying that the issue is that Caleb Porter's criticism of the crew fans for being too negative. Well, at least it's not just Inter Miami fans. I mean, after a loss, it just go to the social media outlets of your choosing, and you'll just see so much negativity. And I imagine, of course, I'm focused on the Inter Miami stuff, and that's what I see and that's what I notice. But I'm sure that's happening across the league. And I'm guessing that's what happened with crew. Maybe the fans booed. I don't know. We've done it. I mean, the people have booed in the Inter Miami Stadium. I haven't. The only booing I've ever done inside the Inter Miami Stadium is against the ref. But yeah, fans want a winner. And Caleb Porter's a good coach. You should expect more. But I don't know. I haven't really followed Columbus Crew, so I don't really know what the core of their problem is, as far as what the makeup of their team and, why they're struggling or not. But, they've been good. So the fans expect it. And they got a beautiful new stadium. So that'll be nice to see that on TV, see that on Wednesday night. I'm curious, any, Bruno, maybe you know this, any supporters flying out to Columbus, the beautiful city of Columbus? I've heard of that city's ugly. So I'm curious if any fan. I know some fans went up to New Jersey to see Red Bulls, but I'm curious if anybody's going to go check out that new stadium in Columbus. One of these days, I want to. I've always said it, but I have still a few more years to probably do this. One of these days, I want to, and it's not necessarily in 1 year, but I want to visit every MLS stadium. I've been to 3, so I've been to, obviously, Inter Miami's. I've been to Dallas's Frisco Stadium, which I liked a lot. It gets bashed, but I liked it a lot. And I went to Orlando City. Saw the All-Star game there. Saw a few games before we had a team. So those are the 3 stadiums of MLS. But I want to do an MLS tour. I want to hop on the plane and go see Inter Miami play teams around the league. Right now, that's a little difficult for me. I have a daughter in private school that's getting ready to go to college. Actually, don't tell Ed. Well, I have to tell Ed, right? I was going to tell Ed tonight, but I'm likely to miss a show or in the coming soon, because I have to do some college tours with my daughter. So we're a little behind on that, very much behind. So things that I don't know, because I did not go to college, things I did not know that we should have already been doing, that we need to catch up and do. So we need to do some college tours that will interrupt conflict with this show here. So unfortunately. But I do want to, yeah, I agree. See, One World, One Goal saying she wants to go to like Austin's, for example. My brother in the chat, how about this? He says that would be awesome. I'm assuming he's referring to going to visit the stadiums. He'll go with me. He would enjoy it. I know that. He'd go have a good old time. But again, I think I probably have to wait until I get my daughter through college, and then I will have some extra money to go and have fun spending to go around. And I still got some years left in me, so I should be okay. Should have time to go do that. My brother's saying we will do that. All right, Tank. Now we're getting off topic, but I like the topic. They should wear pink shorts with a black kit. Pink shorts with a black top. I like it. I want to flip both. I think we had that conversation at one of the games. I was sitting there talking with, I don't know if it was Julio or Ed or my brother or all of them. I'm not sure who was talking with us, but yeah, I want them to do that, mixing it up 1 year. So, I mean, they could do it now. It doesn't have to be a whole new kit. You could do that. MLS teams used to do this, where they, for a few games, just mix them up. So you put your black shirt on with your pink shorts and then switch it the other direction. Pink top with black shorts. That would look good. Pink top, black shorts. That would look sharp. But I think Beckham in particular kind of wants that all one solid color, because that was part of the deal. Like when LA Galaxy, when he went to LA Galaxy, they rebranded and they rebranded their look in a solid kit, white on white, blue on blue, to look more classy, to make him happy was kind of the talk. But yeah, why not switch it up? Why not have some fun with it? And I think it'll look great. Richard saying he will eventually get back to seeing a game in Miami. A Miami game. Doesn't matter if it's in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, right? One World, One Goal. You were talking about going to stadiums. Have you been to Drive Pink yet? One World? I haven't seen you at a game yet. I need to see you at a game. You can come sit with us. We generally have an extra ticket. What else? Steve Munoz feels like the black kit might be a bad juju. Let's hope we continue to rock the pink kits for the rest of the season, because that black La Palma kit is giving us bad juju. That's the one good thing too, is a lot of the teams that we've been playing on the road, we've been able to wear the pink kit because there was no conflict. And technically, they could have worn the pink kit, pink against red. Didn't we do that with Toronto at least once? I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. My parents have a place in Boca 20 minutes from the stadium. I'm like 5 minutes from Boca. So Steve saying the black kits have some pretty bad bruschetta. I don't know what that means. All right. So what do you guys feel about the Crew game? What are your thoughts as far as the results? It's going to be a tough game. Sure, they're beatable. And yes, Richard, that's what I'm asking. Predictions. What are we predicting for Inter Miami against the Crew? A point is not enough. They cannot come away with a point. They've got to win on the road. This is a must-win game. Higuain, as much as I've bagged on him all year, he needs to start. Because if you don't start him, who are you putting in that position? I mean, I guess you're putting Ariel Lassiter. Ariel Lassiter would have to start up top and put Rodriguez maybe on the wing. Rodriguez played up top in place of Higuain, but that's not the best option. So put him on the wing. Put Emerson on the wing or something like that. But I think you would have to put Emerson. I think you'd have to put Lassiter up top. But in this situation, Higuain's been hot, and so we need Higuain to start. My brother says, as long as Miami is on point in their passing game and control the clock, they should win. All right, what do you guys think? He's a soccer newbie. He's learning the game. He's learning the lingo, though. How about that? That's the problem, though, James, is controlling the game, controlling the clock is really the specialty of having Alejandro Pozuelo in the game. But with his red card, he's not available, so that's going to be a problem. Yes, Tank, I want to see this too. I would start Coco Jean if Gonzalo can't play. Okay, good point. I was thinking Coco more on the wing, but that is true. When they brought in Coco, he commented that his best position, his favorite position, is playing up top as that striker. He preferred to play striker, but he was fully aware that within this system, within this team, he was going to be asked to play on the wing for the most part. So yeah, I agree. Why not? Let's see what Coco could do up top. I would agree if Gonzalo can't start. Either way, I want to see Coco start. I want to see what this guy. We saw a little bit of him, not enough, and so we've got to get him in there. Gotta go to Caneswear. Got to see how that deal compares to Caneswear. Got my gift card. Go to Caneswear. They got good prices. Mention Futbol Miami TV. You'll get an additional 10% off. They like us there. Richard, I don't like you. 2-0 for Crew. Damn, that's harsh, Richard. I mean, 2-0? Our defense isn't that bad. The Crew can't score. Well, I mean, they did score just 2 goals against Cincinnati, but what else? Who else thinks? I'm going to say 1-0. 1-0 Inter Miami. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with 1-0 Inter Miami. I'm going to say our defense is going to be solid. They're not going to fall asleep. Damian Lowe's going to have a great game. He's had several great games. I have been a huge Damian Lowe fan this year. I know sometimes he's out of position. And that was one of the things that Caitlin Kyle was bringing up in the broadcast. I'm sure you guys watched it. She was bringing up the fact that his positioning was a little off in this weekend's game, and that's part of the reason they were where they were. The reason they scored goals. But I think that was funny. Kata says, thoughts on Lowe as striker when we are going all out? Hey, look, he got in position. He struck the ball like a defender does. He struck the ball like, oh, I actually got it. Now what do I do with it? But hey, he was there. Oh, damn, Tank. He's thinking it's a 1-1. I mean, that's the kind of realistic thing. He's hoping for a win. That's you're sounding like me. That's normally an Ed is a guaranteed Ed's prediction. He's not here, but I guarantee Ed's prediction is 2-1 Inter Miami because he always says 2-1. Ed is going to always say 2-1 no matter what, pretty much always. And I'm the one normally saying, well, I want to win, but realistically, we're probably not. So, Tank, you're sounding like me, unfortunately. Chris responding to Kata, did you see the 2 chances Lowe missed at the end? Striker? Don't think so. No, but I mean, no, he's not. It was weird to see him all the way up top, for sure. But what's going on with my screen back there? All right. Last few minutes of the show. Get your predictions. When is Nika? I'm not going to try to say your last name. When is Robbie coming back? Not this season. He's out for the season. He is completely out for this season. He's Mr. Glass. That's what I keep calling him, Mr. Glass. Whoa, Tank. Slow down. Slow your roll. Lowe and Calendar need to ride the bench. No. Lowe's been our best defender in a lot of games. I mean, I can't argue that He screwed up here and there. Calendar is hot. I'm not taking Calendar out. There's no way. Calendar is he's not taking Calendar out. He's not taking Calendar out. Richard saying it's great that Inter Miami is fighting for a playoff season. A success? I think so. I think you definitely are renewing contracts. If I know that there was an article that Michelle Kaufman wrote. I couldn't read it because it was behind a paywall. And I'm not opposed to paying stuff, but I'm paying for Sun Sentinel. I'm paying for the Athletic. I don't also want to pay for the Miami Herald. I got to pick my pays. But so I couldn't read the article, but the headline was something about renewing the contract. So I'm not sure exactly when his contract expires, but it sounds like it could be. And I would say he probably gets a renewal. I mean, he's got his citizenship now, or not citizenship, green card. But so overall, being the fact that we were penalized for cheating, I would say this year was a success. I would agree. Kata is asking, where is Jim Rooney? I have his MLS card. Jim Rooney is a friend of the show, a friend of mine. He's in Boca, and I don't know what he's doing for a job right now as far as where he might be coaching or anything like that. I'm not sure. I haven't caught up with him in a little bit, but he's been on the show, and we can have him on again if you guys want to get his perspective. He's always willing to give his perspective. For those that don't know, Jim Rooney was the captain for your Miami Fusion in their last year when they were so good. They were they were a Supporter Shield winner. So yeah, he'll come on anytime I ask. Basically, if he's available, he will come on for sure. I was close. I was this close to doing a show, a podcast with Jim and with Ian Bishop. I was really close to those two guys wanted to do a podcast and kind of like this video podcast where they would do post game breakdowns of every game, and I was going to kind of moderate, and they were going to be the guys that give all the opinions, and I would just kind of move the show along. It just never happened, but we talked about doing it for a little while, and that would be cool. So yeah, Jim's a great guy, good friend of the show, good friend of ours. Kata is saying that Sailor has been getting better. I'm impressed. I would agree. He has been improving. Steve is saying, without Pozuelo, I think it's a 1-1 draw. Eesh. Robbie says, Steve says, hopefully Robbie gets traded. Thing is, I mean, he's cheap. I think they've got one more year on his contract. So, I don't know. I don't think you're going to get much for him. I don't think you're going to get much for him. That's the only problem. He's too hurt. He's got potential, but he's too hurt. If he could stay healthy, that's the problem. He stays healthy. We send him to another team. He's going to light it up. You just know that's going to happen. Oh, that's interesting. Kata's saying, when I went to the Strikers soccer camp, he was still coach before the other guy took over for Jim Rooney. Yeah. Yeah, Jim was coaching down here. He's on different levels. He also, before working with the Strikers, he was coaching the I think U17 U.S. national team. He was one of the assistants there in Bradenton. So he's been in the coaching business for a long time after his playing career. I'm just not sure what he's doing right now. Richard Greenberg, this is a conversation we can have near the offseason, I guess. But remember, there will be a St. Louis City expansion draft at the end of the season. They're not taking any of our players. We don't have to protect anybody. Do you really think they're going to? They won't take. They're not taking Robbie. Since we were talking about Robbie, I'll tell you that. That'd be foolish. That'd be foolish to take Robbie. Who would? I think Bruno, you were bagging on Calendar. I mean, that's a guy you would have to protect. That's somebody that somebody might take, a new team might take, a young up and coming goalkeeper, not expensive because he's young. only going up. So that would be a player that you probably had to protect. Nika is saying that I was actually surprised when Morgan celebrated a goal against us yesterday. Yeah, not classy, right? But it's been a little while, right? So can't blame the guy. Anyways, all right, guys, we did it. We did an hour without Ed. How about that? It's harder. It's so much easier for I know I talk a lot. I know I cut Ed off when we talk. I know, and I got to get better at that. But it's just easier to do the show when I have Ed to talk to, and a lot of times it's more fun. And last getting in here at the last second, Koliki 98 says we are in big trouble without Pozuelo. I agree. So anyways, thanks everybody for watching. We did it. We were able to do the whole show, and I appreciate your help because this is nothing without you guys. I mean, those of you that join us every Sunday night live, you are a family. You're here every week with us, and you're having fun yourself, amongst yourselves. You guys quite often have a show in the show, having a blast, and you support us, and we really appreciate that. This is nothing without you guys. So thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for being a part of Futbol Miami TV and everybody doing the show. And yes, there will be a nerd show tomorrow, Kata. Kata's asking about the nerd show. Yes. Ed be there because he needs a 1 day's ban for tardiness. Ed gets a red card. Everybody gets a red card. No, we'll do the nerd show tomorrow. And so I would got to go watch Game of Thrones episode tonight so we could talk about that tomorrow. So if you don't know, we do another show just like this where me and Ed talk about nerdy stuff that don't fit on this show really, but are part of our personality. So we'll have fun with that. So you want to come over and do this again tomorrow night, but talk about Marvel, DC, Game of Thrones, all that kind of stuff. Let's do it tomorrow night. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.